You know what? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me, as always, we have Father.
I am not pleased with this year's Black History Month.
We have Dion.
What up? What up?
And last but not least, we have Material Life. What up, B? How's everybody doing tonight?
Awesome.
All right.
Good.
So the name of the podcast is They Tried, y'all. And with that, I have found some of these topics is just just people trying people. Um, this one just popped up, so I just wanted to get this out the
Oh,
way because it just popped up. Have y'all heard about the Walmart sister doll?
wait. Say again?
Have you heard about the Walmart sister doll?
No.
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you a picture because they tried it with you black women, and
Does someone need their ass whooped? Because
look at your screen.
oh, 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 oh.
Yep. Because Walmart tried.
I already ain't shot that Walmart in some time. Oh, oh, that's so bad.
See, I don't want to. I don't want to think it's real because the L and the M. Look the way the L and the M and the
I
Walmart.
don't even want to. I don't even care about how they spelled anything on this. Just the fact that this everything about this is just so bad. Oh my god, it hurts to look at it.
The audacity. That's it. Let's for those that's not seeing it is a picture of a fat, morbidly obese black woman with
Just imagine the girl from Precious, the
yes,
dot from Precious.
Gabourey Cedarby or Precious as we have to call it. With her has an assembly of two stolen items: a scooter, watermelon, a half watermelon, a whole watermelon, some handcuffs. It looked like a trash can, and some fried chicken, and whatever the fuck this is.
This better be fake, cause what?
Yo, I think it's impressive how they've been running with the same motherfucking stereotypes and jokes for like the past 2 centuries.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Like we all eat watermelon, we all get in trouble by the cops, and for some reason we all just have a natural affliction for fried chicken.
they hit every stereotype. They hit every stereotype known to man. So it was just like nobody really tried it. So but it's sad that that's the representation they were giving black women. They didn't even give you nothing else.
Oh man.
Why would you
See,
think she fucking wants to be? But y'all think with Walmart sister, the fact of the name Walmart sister doll is insulting in itself. So
I would never shot at another motherfucking. Ah man.
yeah,
Walmart could kiss the blackest part of my ass after this shit. Sam's Club too. 'Cause what the fuck?
I'm gonna say this because I was like, I knew this was gonna happen. I said it's gonna be a time when motherfuckers is not gonna give a fuck no more. They're gonna say whatever the fuck they want, and they're gonna be whether it's racist or not. They're gonna all that politically correct shit. Niggas is just gonna fly out the window. So it's it's going to it's. I feel like it's going to happen. So
I mean,
I
this
was
is damn close.
yeah, because I was Now I was wondering if y'all seen that or not. So, what are y'all thoughts on that?
Uh, I think I've hit a point where I just don't care no more. Like I don't even like looking at the video, the picture or whatever it was, if it's fake or real or whatever it is. Like I think I've physically just checked out of the United States of America or like the world at this point in regards to like at this point like them doing stuff to trigger black people. I'm just over it. I've checked out. Like I don't care anymore.
Mm.
I think that's what they want. That's my other thing. I think they want either we're just gonna get numb to it, or we're just gonna get triggered. Either or. So it's just like I feel like either or is
But
what they
I,
want.
if we was numb to
It's
it, it would trend. That's the thing. If we were numb to it, it wouldn't trend. But the thing is, because we are so many people are still not numb to it, it trends because they get response from outrage. And it's the outrage of black people still upset or angry or feel like this is like, like they still have hope or I don't know what they have. I pretend like they still have hope. I don't know what they have that caused them to still be upset about these pictures or things that businesses that we all know have done a million times over, and y'all still like get outraged, like y'all are so surprised that these businesses keep doing the same thing. Like I just, I'm just numb to it. um, I don't care no more.
All right. Uh, any last any last words before we move on to our next topic?
No.
Nope. Right.
agreed.
All right. The next topic I want to talk about. I didn't put it down, but I wanted to talk about it anyway. Did y'all see? Because it just recently happened as well. Did y'all see the shit that happened at Cam Newton 7-on-7 where they jumped the man?
Now I want to see that. I didn't see it, but I want to see it.
It was
I
6v1 and Cam didn't give a damn.
Everyone says he won though, but well, he won in the literal sense amongst black people, but he lost in the literal sense amongst his business. So
Hold on, let me find it. 'Cause-
so I think they didn't let him play the 7v7 game, which I think he needed to play because he's trying to get back into the NFL. And
No, he
so,
sponsors that. He don't play it. He sponsors it. The 7-on-7 is for the kids.
yeah, but they said something about he wasn't, he was supposed to be a quarterback or I don't know, he was supposed to be playing on it or something from where I've seen on the news, or not the news, but like on some art blog or whatever. They said he wasn't going to be able to participate because of the situation that happened. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I do know Cam is trying to, he's on a tour now to like, get back into the NFL.
I know that. I don't think they're going to let him get back in the NFL. I
Yeah,
think
I think they would. To
mm-mm.
be honest, um,
He'd have been back. He'd have been back this year because there was a lot of teams that could have need him. Sometimes when they're done with you, they're done with you. They don't. So,
no, because he wasn't advertising he was ready to come back until like when the season was getting ready to when the season ended. And so there's a few like I know his Panthers, they want him back. Like the whole fan base of the Panthers is fighting for him to come back to be the quarterback of the Panthers again. But I know also there's talks that Atlanta is also looking to gain him because they say he's a good quarterback. I don't know. I don't
He
watch.
alright.
I couldn't speak on it. I don't watch football.
He was alright.
No, come on, Dion. He was a Super Bowl. He went to the Super. He carried a team to a Super Bowl. He was also the MVP.
He carried them by his on his back by himself. Well,
Yes, he
not by
did.
himself, but you know what I
Nah,
mean.
it was by himself. It was by himself. I was like, I'm not even trying to over exaggerate. I remember that season.
Mm-hmm.
He carried it.
A
He carried
few
that team to the
teams,
Super Bowl by himself.
a few teams won them because they ain't got. There's not that many quarterbacks in the league, to be honest. Well, good ones. I'm not gonna say it's not many ones because every team has a quarterback. It's not enough good ones left. The picking is small.
Yeah, and even then, they'll rather go noon and go with Cam. I'll believe it when I see it because, like I said, the Panthers could have needed them. They was down to their like fourth string, damn near a wide receiver was playing quarterback. They could have gone Cam and they didn't. So,
Well, it was Cam was we. No one knew he won it until like what was it?
oh no, he talks about it every year on his he was talking about it every year. He feels like he can still play. He talks
But
about it.
now he's really talking about it. Like he's been on several national television shows, even one where he states like, if he would call back. And so I think more people are now taking him serious on it. But then again, it might be because he's having a kid, a new kid, and so he probably just needs that financial boosting. I don't know. I'm not gonna
Nah, he
say
got that because this podcast that he has on YouTube is actually doing well. He good.
it ain't doing as well as he was making about 20-30 million dollars per game. Like less like that.
You're not gonna make football. Obviously, you're not gonna make football money out of that, but he's still making good money so that he can live off of. I'm not pretty sure he's
Not
um
harder than Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is like cash money. So
yeah, but
Oh, that Shannon Sharp. You know how much other stuff he do besides the TV show?
other than that, he talked about it. He's like when he got out, he talked to a financial he had someone like finance his money to where you don't have to worry about it.
mhm.
So I'm not saying that Cam do or don't, but uh,
I ain't
not
saying he's
everybody.
wrong,
Yeah,
but
not everybody's like Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson, he's frugal. He like really frugal. So
we know Chad ain't even close to being broke.
again, that
He
boy.
has been frugal his whole entire NBA, I mean football NFL career from beginning to end. Came in wearing fake chains and he left wearing fake chains. The man ain't. He probably owns some real chains, but I can tell if he does.
He owns a smart car from 2005. That's
Yeah. But
he
one
Damn.
does.
thing we know, Ocho is definitely not broke, not even close. The way he rationing out that money, and they probably had all sorts of investments. But I'm saying like Cam, the way he's like pushing it hard now to go back to the NFL, there might like I'm not saying he's broke, but he pushing
I
it.
don't even think it's a money thing. I don't even think it's a. I think it's a pride thing. If anything, like he wants to show people he can still play. I'm like, I think he should go to the XFL. Well, now the UFL. It was like I don't know why they don't they.
USFL.
No, it's they merged. It's now the UFL.
I think it's called the USFL now.
No, it's called the UFL.
Didn't what's his name just buy a team like team FL team?
The Rock. He bought the whole company and he merged with the
That's the
USF.
wrong that football player who quit while at the game. He quit and then he became Kanye. He worked for
Oh, Antonio
Kanye West,
Brown.
and then he made an album and then he said Keisha Cole was whack or something like that. I don't know.
That's Antonio Brown, and that man has CTE. So
What the hell? Didn't he buy a football team or something? Not a football team, but the minor league team, whatever for football.
he may or may not. I'm not sure. So,
Yeah, because it was like a big old spill where I guess one of his workers didn't realize he bought the team, and they said he got to get off the field.
oh, I think it was. I think he bought an arena football league team or some shit.
That's not a USL.
No, that's not the. But the arena football league is not bad either.
Well, they growing now. I feel like a lot of people buying those. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I know it was once a thing. I don't know if people just still do, but I remember that was like popular at one point.
I guess it's gonna be the black men. They're gonna all black folks gonna be going over there if it gets popular enough.
I guess, but I don't know. But I think like I said, I think with Cam, it's more or less pride than anything. I just
Um,
think he was just want. I think he just want people to see that he can still play.
well, isn't that what his podcast used to be about before he started interviewing celebrities? That he used to do his little.
He was doing a little both.
Mhm.
Because that's why like him and Shannon Sharp had a little beef going on. Because he was talking about.
Okay.
Any last words before we get on to our next? Oh wait, you wanted to see the video, right?
Mhm.
You looking at the screen?
Yeah, I am.
All right, this basically was it. I have it on mute because I don't want to get copyrighted, but
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they really made an attempt on this man.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, he got snuck.
yeah, he got snuck, but like first off, the hat didn't move, and he was manhandling like two people. Wow. And they weren't even teenagers; those were like grown men. Because a lot of people say it was teenagers going there. No, it was like no, it was grown men.
It was a teenage event, I think, right?
It was a teenage event,
But you know them
but
daddies.
yeah, the people that was jumping, yeah, it was grown men. It reminded me of uh my nephew's football scrimmages where all the adults be yelling and arguing and all that stuff, and then they be the ones getting into the
Boy,
fights.
Kev got a grip.
Kev,
Even
yeah,
after he got hit by that boy, he still didn't let that little man go. He was like, I don't care who else hit me, I'm gonna get you though. He held on to me.
All I'm gonna say is teach a man how to squabble. Cause that nigga was standing the entire time. That wasn't a jump. That was an unsuccessful jump.
and his hat didn't move. He didn't
And
even
his
move
hat
his head.
didn't fucking move. They didn't do anything.
Only people I know that could fight and they hat don't move is Kung Lao. Everybody else,
I don't,
Damn.
the beginning half, I wouldn't consider it a jump. Now, when that other dude tried to sneak him and only got one good, I don't know if it was a good hit because Cam still was holding on to his friend and he still was dragging that boy left and right. Now,
If they
everybody
didn't
trying to,
remove his hat, what made you think they did anything else successfully?
well, people made it seem like he was fighting seven people. It was seven people trying to get him off of that one dude he was holding on to. Now I see why Cam ain't gonna let the ball drop, and he was not letting anything drop with that dude he was holding on to.
that man is 6'6", 250. I don't know why they tried it with him in the first. This
Because they stupid.
They was putting in a lot of work to separate them, but that man who had the grip on was unsuccessful. He done dragged himself in a whole 360 spin several times over. I guess
all right.
I wasn't expecting that from Cam though, to be honest. I it's not saying that I don't think he could fight, but you just look at certain people, you just don't. They don't give you that personality. But I guess
He usually pretty chill, but you know, the right situation to bring anything out of anyone.
that's true.
All right. Any last words before we move on to the next topic?
He didn't get jumped. He was attempted. That was not a jump.
Yeah, it was more attempted. Yeah, I was saying with that. It was an attempted jump.
Uh,
How can six dicks be pussy?
okay. On to our next topic.
They're gonna try to hook him up on a celebrity boxing match. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna whip his
Wouldn't
ass.
surprise me.
Yeah. On to our next topic. We're going to be talking about Omale. Are y'all familiar with the artist Omale?
You know I am.
I know you are. You gave me a
Isn't it?
song. You gave me a song of his that I still play to this day because this song is
Isn't
just
that
fun.
the guy that had that girlfriend go on the stage and then
Yes.
like people said she was dancing too inappropriate to not be single?
Oh no, her boyfriend was in the crowd.
Yeah, but they're saying she was dancing too inappropriate to not be single. And then she said Kai need to pay her some money if you want to bring her on her podcast on his podcast.
And
Yeah,
then
she
ended up
tried it.
giving that money to the man anyway. I saw that.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep. She tried it. She tried it. For those,
But I'm happy for him because even though the situation is crazy, but it's putting more people to know who he is because I never knew who he was. But I don't listen to Afrobeat music that much.
oh my man, he got some good songs. Like I said, the one father gave me it was called So So, and like that's a real good song. It's like it was when it came out, it was real popular, and it was actually on TikTok too. With most people dancing it, but
No,
for
he is
those that did,
popular. Did you not see the crowd? It wasn't no empty. It wasn't an empty playground.
oh no, Afro Beats is big. I
Mhm.
was like
It's so
so.
big that a fucking record company just bought like a Afrobeat studio. I think it
Yeah,
was Warner's.
probably Warner's.
They're trying to collect some of them damn coins.
Yeah,
They all
Nigga,
exactly. They know
all
what they.
black people.
no, the
You
problem
know,
is they're about to water the fuck down of the genre now because that's what they do. A genre gets super motherfucking popular, and then now it's about milking that motherfucking genre until all the money is made for the record company.
So
yo,
I,
you know they're gonna put Taylor Swift on the Afro beats. Oh my
Nigga,
gosh,
they
she's
already
singing.
put Selena Gomez in there, Justin Bieber in there. Just a whole bunch of random ass white people. Next thing you know, Jack Harlow and someone random Tyler is gonna do an Afrobeat song, some shit.
I love you like a love song, baby.
Like, bruh, not even about to. And the funny part is that originally Afrobeats was inspired off of High Life, which is a musical genre from Ghana. So it's a whole bunch of the combined elements of like R&B, High Life, and other things, right? And then it got exported because it got super motherfucking popular. Now you also have Amapiano that's also very motherfucking popular, and a lot of people are trying to incorporate that style and get the producers and shit like that. So what you're about to see is a water down of two very popular genres because niggas want to fucking make money.
Yeah, man. Also, for those who hasn't seen the video, I'm gonna just play it now. It's on mute because I'm pretty sure I'm trying not to get copyrighted and all that. So now I noticed that he does this at all his shows. He bring a girl up and then like because he's done it to another. There's another joint where he's done it. She was trying to milk that 15 minutes of fame.
Uh-huh.
Boy, oh shit, and that's her boyfriend in the crowds. Look at it.
Terrible. Well, back to the streets you go.
well, did he send her to the streets? It's not good.
Yeah, I think he kissed her too. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, to the streets with you. Oh my god.
Look, she done hugged her too. Look at that. She just jumped on.
I
Oh
only
my!
watched a few seconds of it. I didn't see him do all that.
It's an evil world.
Oh
It's an
shit.
evil world. Look at that. He left.
Not a single fuck was given apparently.
The Gospel according to Future, Chapter 1. From the streets did she emerge, and to the streets she will return. And I say unto you, she is for the streets. So be not wary when she must return from whence she came. Amen.
Amen.
But like in all seriousness though, like even though she got up there and showed her ass, y'all remember last motherfucking episode, I be telling you, women be having the motherfucking audacity. Them niggas, bruh. It's just like that clip. I feel like it went viral because it was just a constant reminder that if a nigga got more than the nigga that you with, it's going to show one way or another. It's going to manifest itself, and it's
It's
not
it's
every
called it's
situation.
called hypergamy. It's called
Yeah, but
hypergamy.
no, but like the thing about hypergamy is that you don't have to act on it. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's cool that she was up on stage and she was, dancing around and shit like that. But if you in a whole relationship, like you know what I'm saying, it's gonna reflect your relationship. And that's why like the relationship did not have a good foundation anyway, because of the way that she was dancing on stage with that with Omalay. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, you got caught up, it's a celebrity and shit like that. But you also have to understand that, like, he is your man. So you're representing him. So the fact that you did that as, someone who is in a relationship, it's really not a good look. And that's why we saw what we saw. You feel what I'm saying? So my only thing is that I wouldn't be on the internet like trashing her and shit like that. I would have remained the fuck quiet. You feel what I'm saying? Because the reason for that is because there's nothing to be gained from me being a bitter ass nigga over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like the embarrassment was already there from her dancing the way that she was dancing on stage. And if you felt some type of way, you're gonna react accordingly, which is what happened. But what I'm saying is like, bruh, you don't have to, behave a certain type of way because of how you were treated. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit went viral. People are gonna have shit to say regardless. So don't, incriminate yourself even further. That's all.
Mm.
Mhm. What was the question?
I just want to know your thoughts. I just
Oh,
want to know your thoughts.
what did the man say? The her boyfriend.
He was upset.
He was upset. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was upset. He was like, bruh, yeah, I let her go. She's for the street. Like he was
Oh,
not
so he
playing with
dumped
her.
her.
Yeah, immediately. I think
Oh,
he dumped her
okay.
right after the show.
Oh, I didn't know.
He
Yeah,
was
she also
not
tried to
having that.
apologize, and then that's where you saw the Kai Cenat. I think that's where you saw the Kai Cenat thing where she was just like, "If for you to get me on, is she want 25K?" It's like,
Mhm.
And
Oh,
bro,
wow.
that's the thing, right? Like these are two nobodies. Like nobody knew who these niggas were.
He
All
said
of a sudden,
25K?
like, bruh, it always motherfucking happens. You just pluck two random ass niggas from obscurity, and now all of a sudden she wants 25K. What the hell? All you did was dance on
Crazy.
stage with a celebrity. What the hell?
She was pretty though. I was like, look at her chocolate sisters on here, girl.
Yeah,
she was
shit,
pretty.
man. There's pretty women everywhere. That ain't no.
But you know what's crazy to me is the fact is you knew not you y'all, but like he knew what he got in a relationship with.
I don't think
I,
he.
I'm
No,
a,
no, 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 no. I can't. I can't. No, I don't
I'm
think he
a,
expected that.
I'm a
Nah.
slightly agree.
I don't.
Slightly.
That's the thing is people will they will be in a state of delusion and pretend like her going up there is part of her character trait.
No, I'm not. No.
That's a bit of a reach.
Um,
And the reason why I'm gonna say that is because he could have picked anybody. He could
And
have
she
picked
could have said,
anybody.
if that wasn't part of her character trait, she would have been like, no.
Yeah,
But did she not walk her
that's why
happy
I'm
tail
saying.
up there? Because that's who she is.
But and that's why I slightly agreed with you. The fact that she agreed, like, validates your point. That's my slight agreement.
The
Everything
sa-
else, though, like I'm saying, but like it's like I was saying earlier, you are in a motherfucking relationship. Now, I'm not saying that she should have said no, but I'm just saying you're in a motherfucking relationship.
no, if your character trait is not to be like this, let's use Kiki Palmer versus um what's her name? Mary J. Blige with the Usher situation, right?
Okay.
Or the girl with the model that has like the two skin tones, whatever the case may be, right?
she has
Those-
Villalago.
Something Harlow.
Winnie
Yeah,
Harlow.
Willie
Yeah,
Winnie
Hall.
Harlow.
thank you.
So Kiki Palmer, she was in a relationship with her man, and Usher came up. He went and danced with her. She danced with him. Boom. The man got upset about it, and he was in his. But the thing is, Kiki, the same way Winnie Harlow, when her man, the Usher came and tried to get her, she said nope, and she went and sat right on her man's lap, right?
Yes.
Mary J. Blige, Usher tried to come up to her, and she was like, she kicked him up, she pushed him over to the side,
Can
like
I
tapped him over to the side, and she was like, "Stop playing," and blase, blase, but she still respectfully said, "Hell no."
can I ask a
I want to
question?
say respectfully, it was still a hell no.
Can I
Um,
ask a question?
hmm
All right, so this is directly to you, Material Life. So, do y'all remember that old Janet Jackson clip from the one concert where she had the dude
Yes.
strapped to the thing and was giving him a lap
Yes.
dance?
I'll never forget that
Now,
video.
now,
and she got him out of there.
material. I gotta ask you, if you were that dude's wife or girlfriend or whatever, how would you feel?
He for the streets.
I rest my case.
But the thing is, she knew he was for the streets.
Yeah, what
If
Material
you
Life
don't
is
know,
saying is
if
that
you
was her
to
character.
pretend that you don't know who these like, I'm saying is Kiki could have said no. She could have been like, "My man's back home. I have a kid. I'm not doing it, Usher," because she wasn't single. She could have easily said, "Hell no." Mary, you see how Mary pushed him over? Whitney, she well, Usher came through. She ran by her man real quick. No, you play with me. Play with somebody else. Don't play with me. But the thing is, we'll see Kiki and we'll still remember Aquila and the Beat. But so you always see like this innocent, like to you is like this. But she
How
was
long ago was?
hanging out. She be hanging out with the celebrities. That's if
No
you
one's thinking
into
about
the
that
doc-
movie no more. What?
what?
See, no, this has nothing to do necessarily with image. This is plain and simple about
Oh my
just having
god.
respect for your fucking partner when you're involved with a motherfucker. That's it. That's
But that's
all.
the thing is, if these are people's character traits, that's just who they are. You can
I,
pretend to like if they're if it's in their character to do certain things. It's like certain people who has this rule where it's like regardless of what they would never sleep with they friends exes or whatever. Because that's just in their character. It's just something in them that just it's just not gonna happen. It
it's a
doesn't matter.
lot of things that are characteristic to me that I
People can use
don't.
bro code, this and that, but some people it's just in their character. It's not even a thought for them. It's like hell no. You ain't even got to tell me about bro code. It's just natural. It's just not it.
Not to cut anybody off, but I always knew that Kiki do too much. I always you kind of see that in that character that she kind of
If
does too
you
much.
pay attention to her throughout the years,
She
like
too much.
you knew what it was. You knew what it was.
Yeah, but I'm saying, homeboy, when homegirl ran up on that stage, or however she walked to her tail, or however she felt to get up there, I don't know why he was shocked because you had to have known. There had to been many times when you bought her those tickets, you had to have known that was a part of her character trait. She probably was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait. What if he asked me up there on the stage,
No.
this
Now,
and that?"
If he had known that that was the
Y'all
type of
gotta stop
person
pretending like
she was, if she's prone to doing something like that, he wouldn't have bought them tickets. Come on now.
now, hold on. The question I would ask is, have she seen his live shows before? That's the question you should have. See, the Usher thing, people knew that he kind of like does that at all of his shows. Like even before Kiki Palmer, this was times where Usher was like he'll see a random girl because he did it in Taraji before Kiki Palmer. No one really gave a damn, but I guess because Taraji is single. Um, I would add the question I would ask, and I think this might allude to Materialite's point. Did you ever see the show? Have you ever seen his live show before? Because if he's done that to every live show, then you would have been trying to be either she was trying to get chose or she was just trying to act surprised that she got chose. But either way, she was on cue with what the fuck was happening after that.
But it don't matter if she was trying to be chose or she was surprised she got chose. She got chose and she walked up there. No disregard, no thought, no action, no hell no,
But
no
that's what
no.
I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like if the boy, let's say on the boyfriend's eyes, he probably never seen an Omalay show, and he probably don't know what he does when you would think he was just serenade, like what most R&B slash Afrobeats artists do when they bring a girl in there. They'll just sing to the girl serenade. They probably won't do nothing real major. I don't think he was. I don't think even the boyfriend was expecting that. So I think that's why it kind of like threw him off. That she was just now the fact that she went around with it. That proves you right that yeah she was with it, but I don't think from his surprise, I don't think he was expecting this girl to do that.
Then he didn't know who the hell he was dating.
I mean,
He didn't know who the hell he was dating,
how
and
long were
he was
how
just
long were
so
they
blinded by her beauty
how
and
long
her body
but
that
how long was they dating for? You're
he
not going on everything on the first off the first hand. You're like some shit will surprise you. Like I wouldn't
Right.
like I would like if a girl like just started doing that, I'd have been like, damn, I didn't know you was gonna be doing all that shit. There's some shit that like I've known people for years, and all of a sudden they do this shit. Be like, damn, I didn't know you was doing this shit. You know, some things people still keep in the chamber. Not you're not gonna know everything.
sometimes you choose not to know everything.
Nah.
If you're dating somebody, you should know it. You should definitely be asking some serious questions if you're dating somebody.
I agree with that, but sometimes not a lot of people is gonna let you know that you know
Because
they're
you're not
not
asking the
So,
your
question.
life.
so now is if I take you to a concert and so and so want to bring you on stage, what you gonna do? Is that now a serious question?
If do they have a groupie tendency? Do they look like a groupie? Do they act like a groupie? Huh?
I guess we'll never know until it's showtime.
That's
And when
something.
you tell
That's
me you don't know groupie.
things like that are
So
not
y'all,
things
But
you're thinking
all
about
three
right
of y'all
away.
guys over here
Trying to get to
don't
know
know.
somebody.
So all three of y'all guys over here don't know what a groupie tendency look like.
all I'm
It does.
saying
All
is
I'm saying is, like, I'll say this: I don't think it matters because if you in a relationship, if you respect your motherfucking relationship, you being a groupie is gonna have nothing to do with it. But if you are in a relationship and you continue to act like a groupie, then you're going to be single.
And all I'm saying is, you're not gonna know until it happens. Someone could say, like, you know, when people, you know, this go all the time. It's like if a nigga did that in front of me, I'd have done so and so and so. And then when it happens to the front of the dude, you don't do nothing. It's like, oh, I thought this was gonna happen. Like,
Or
That's
the
like
opposite could happen, and you could the entire time believe that she's going to behave this way, and then she doesn't, and then you out there with the trust issues. So it could like anything can motherfucking happen. That's why like we're trying to like we don't really use that when it comes to approaching our women, but like when it happens, that's when we make a decision.
because a
yeah,
girl could be like,
y'all
I
passing
cook, I clean, I do all this stuff for my man. I could, and then when you get into a relationship and she don't do nothing, it's like, bitch, you lied to me. He was like, you say you cook and clean. You don't even know how to you don't even got a goddamn cookbook. Like some people just deceitful, some people manipulate. You can go, the one thing you can go off is by their word. So if someone's telling you like, oh, I'm loyal and faithful and do all that stuff, and next thing you know, you cheat, you just damn. It's just sometimes it just happens like that.
The word can go. It can take you about a skip a bucket, but them actions be definitely speaking louder than a few of them words. It's like the same thing. A lot of guys won't take their girl to a Drake concert because let's be honest, a lot of people done been single after Drake concert.
Not saying you're wrong.
No, we're saying this at this point. We're saying the same thing. It's just like because I just basically say actions speak louder than words. I think I just said it a very long
But
way.
a lot of them won't do it because they know their girl has some groupie tendencies. They see the red flag, and they don't want to test the red flag.
You can only see the red flag if she shows the red flag.
People people show the red flags. This sometimes you choose to
Right
dismiss it.
there. I'm not.
Sometimes you choose to dismiss it.
No, he was showing that red flag right there. But what it like I said, what if she never like had that attitude before until it got to the concert?
Now she don't look like the type that didn't have that attitude before. The way she was dancing, like he must have never took her outside. Like he never went to the club with her. I don't know how they met. They must have met
I
at
mean,
church.
what smart man is gonna take their girl to a fucking club? The fuck?
They do that a lot. That's a
Yeah,
very common thing.
I was about to say they do.
No.
You don't go to the club with your girl?
I've taken my ex to a club before.
A
Not
club?
nobody I was serious with.
Yes, I took girls I
Well,
was
you know,
serious.
you probably be skipping all the red flags. That's why. You would be skipping all the red flags.
The fuck?
Wow, material life. You hear her? Get her.
You have to. It's all
What
these
do
things
you
are in.
mean? I said nobody I was serious with. What does
So what happened to the ones you took to the club? Was they for the streets when you got to the club? Did they
No,
have
they was for
personality?
the streets whenever the hell I met them.
So you met them.
Again, I repeat, nobody I was serious with.
how many people was you at? Not including your wife. How many people was you ever serious with?
Um,
That's crazy to me because
That's
I go to the club with it. There's requirements in this world. You have
grand total 4,
So you
including this one here with me now 4.
okay. So the ones you were serious with, where did you usually take them for dates?
to eat,
That varied.
and
Um,
still.
could have been a dinner date, could have been a movie.
nah,
You
nigga. I'm
know,
taking her to the club.
it could have been me just making some shit for my damn self.
Bruh. So you
Yeah, I
telling
done
me
been to
you ain't never
clubs,
take your
the
girl to
strip
the club,
club.
got her drunk on purpose so that you can do very, very, very unconventional things to her right after? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm done.
Nothing. Again, no one I was serious with.
I feel like you
I'm
missed an
not about to play
opportunity.
with you. We are not about to put this up in the air.
Hey,
I
I'm
don't
just saying.
Now,
put DR. We
now
digress.
if it's my lady, we gonna drink in
Don't
private,
even
and
say
then I'm gonna do X, Y,
we
Z
are not
to
doing
her.
I feel like
But
this gonna sound real weird. I feel like you treat your girls that you wasn't serious with a better time than the ones you was serious with. You take it.
huh?
I took every guy that I've been. serious or not serious with. I feel like going to the club is going to the club, going to the strip club. It's like things that you should be able to do with the partner so you can see exactly what type of character they are.
I've done bars. Oh,
And
you
I'm not
know,
afraid. Oh,
Material like just be testing her, man.
Your love is reciprocating.
I will pay for a lap dance and everything. Like we are not about to be playing these little fake games.
That's a setup. That's a goddamn.
How's that a setup?
nah,
It sound like in
How
trap.
you gonna
cat. That's
that
all kind of
now?
cat.
That's,
If you
go,
paying, if you
go
gonna
ahead,
go
baby.
in the
I've
back
seen
and
women
go pay for
who
head,
have done things
other
like that
other
with
big
their
stuff.
guy while
Now
paying for a lap dance, paying another woman to dance. Nah, I call cat.
Go ahead, baby. Slap her booty, huh?
Right?
Nigga, that sound like a trap to me.
that's you see that's the thing is
The only scenario where that does not end badly is if that woman likes women too. That's the
that's
only scenario where
see,
that type of shit don't end badly.
that's weird
Nigga, that sound like a
personality.
trap.
How you with your significant other and you take them to a strip club and then you say, well, you just gotta stand here and be weird. But when I'm not here with you, oh, wow the hell out.
See,
No.
first of all, you talking to a nigga who don't even like strip clubs. But
Got a nigga damn table dance. Stick it up, check it up. Shake that. And what would you be doing? Will you be getting lap dances as well? Or you just
No, I'm just there to drink free drink, enjoy the time,
ain't
while
no way.
my man is having a good time. But like it's weird when you if you with somebody and y'all
For
afraid
all that,
oh,
no. For all that, you couldn't let your man go to that bar by himself. Nah.
he can he can go wherever he want by his damn self.
For
Just
all
don't
that,
act one
if
way
you not
by
gonna actually
himself.
partake in the fun, you could have let that man go by himself.
He can go wherever he want, but don't act one way by it because I'm gonna take you and I'm not gonna give a damn. Now, if you want to go sit there and also go request to get some head or some top or some slop, now that's nasty. Now you're another type of person. Why would I want you?
are you paying for it?
Why would I? That's disgusting. Why would
Put that
somebody
on my
go
tab.
pay?
I don't consider rank at all.
Yo,
Why would somebody go
yo,
to a strip club?
that reversal was disgusting.
I'm not even about to say because some people do go to strip clubs to get head top, and I guess they ain't getting it somewhere. So
Ray, that reversal was disgusting.
Hey man, I play a little Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh
I play a little
shit, that
Yu-Gi-Oh.
was great. That was fucking great.
Nah, hey man.
Oh shit,
uh,
that
but
was too
no,
perfect.
look. If I mean, obviously, if you are comfortable with your man going to the strip club, I mean, hey, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, you take your man to the strip club, he's going to be like, "What's your game?" It's going to throw him off.
that
It's going to
you
throw.
see that's the problem is when you never like it's a telltale when people have never been with genuine just human beings with no ulterior motive or anything of that nature. There's things that when you're in a real relationship with another person that is not out here to get you or out here to be malicious or just be nasty, it don't affect you. If y'all both going to the club, your spouse is out there with you dancing on you, it should be an ego boost. It shouldn't be a oh my gosh, or he goes to the club with his boys. If you can't sit at home and just be chill, then at this point you have nothing going on in your life. And your man clearly is a cheater, clearly is doing too much, and so you terrified to send him out to the club by himself with his boys because you know he about to do some weird stuff towards you because that's his character. If your girl's at the club and you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't have her go to the club by herself Because you clearly understand that her character is foul and she for the street. And you afraid that, oh, when you send her out there, she might not come back that same night. Or y'all both in the club together is chill. Y'all go to the strip club, she pays for some lap dances for you. Because the thing is, she knows for a fact, is nothing past them lap dances is gonna go past that. You're not gonna get homegirl number, start taking out to go to lunch, dinner. Because if you wanted a prostitute or a stripper or a night entertainer, whatever the hell they want to label their name to be,
Lady of the night.
then you would have went after that. Then clearly you're not for me.
But I'm
Because
paying.
that's what you wanted. So
Mistakes are a hoe.
yeah, so it's like if the girl is not confident enough in her ability of who she is, then yeah, these things y'all are definitely gonna always have, arguments about. But if the person's not for you, they're not for you. You can't argue or fight for somebody to stay with you when they clearly they online with you.
Yes, the fuck I can.
That's why people get
Shit.
miserable, I guess. It'd be a whole gang of miserable people fighting for to stay together when they know they should be separated.
Hey
Shit, fuck
man,
that.
that's why there's
I
P in
tell,
the dating pool right now.
shit, I tell this one here, you are not being held hostage.
ain't no
Not
rape.
me.
Ain't no raping pullers here. You can get the fuck off.
Shit, you know where all your shit is, you know where the door is if you feel some type of way.
I don't have the energy to be. I guess I just don't care enough.
Mm.
Oh, see, don't get it twisted. Like, if this one here did open the side door, that was a nigga, yeah, I'm gonna be motherfucking hurt.
But everybody should be.
All I'm saying is, I ain't got the right to stop a motherfucker from doing something they want to motherfucking do.
That's why you get to know exactly. These things are isn't y'all want to call it tests, but these are you knowing exactly what type of character the person is.
Yeah, because if you really know who you're dealing with, you ain't gotta test shit.
Hmm.
Even the entire concept of a motherfucking test in a relationship means you shouldn't even be in one in the first place, nigga. This ain't
Thank you,
school.
thank you.
I'm not about to graduate with a PhD in your fucking
You
untrustworthiness. Fuck
you
out of here,
you you gonna test me like I need a license to be your man or some shit.
nigga. I'd rather
I
be
don't
a
know
fucking
the way people got their standards. You might as well
nigga.
get a license to
I'd rather
Shit.
make bread from scratch than pass your motherfucking test.
be. Okay. All right. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Wait a minute, because Fana said that shit like he know how to make some fucking bread.
Nigga, I'm about to make the most delicious bread.
I just need to acknowledge that.
I want the butter bread. That's what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make butter bread
He
with some
said that shit
cheese.
like he said that shit like he know how to do that shit.
I pray that none of y'all get got by any female in this world for personality trait that you did not see coming.
Oh, it done happened. It done happened to niggas already.
It
Yeah,
ain't happened to me.
I
that's
didn't
why we
say
know better.
I didn't say niggas. I said I pray that y'all. I'm not talking about no outside. I'm just talking about y'all.
No, we got no. Most of us got. That's why we know better. We
Father,
can
all
learn.
I'm gonna say, all I'm gonna
Lessons
say to
learned.
you would stay on the path you're on.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it
lessons
hasn't
learned,
happened to
bridges
me.
burned. Yeah, yeah, bridges burned, lessons learned.
Yeah, but at the same time, I've learned from like other people's mistake. Like a woman, bro. Ray, you remember the time I told you I've been called intimidated by two women?
Yeah,
Yeah, because like number one, I'm not really the type to entertain nonsense, and number two, and this is the reason why, my no is no. When I say no, I say it once, and I'm free. I'm not finna argue. The conversation is over once I say no. Can we? No. How about no? But why? Why are you being quiet? Because the conversation is over.
If father was a Bond villain, his name would be Doctor No.
Doctor No.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit of politics. Y'all remember them ugly ass Trump shoes I showed y'all last week, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, of this whole they tried y'all, there was a Fox News reporter that basically said this when they was talking about the Trump shoes. So hopefully I have the sound on so we can.
Even the sneaker thing. I was on social media last night. Very interesting. As you see Black support eroding from Joe Biden, this is connecting with Black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
Seriously?
Excuse the fuck out of me.
No, what
I
was
love-
this black man about
I just
to
want
say?
I just want to look of blackness. Look at this look of blackness.
No, what was he about to say? Hold on, please. I want to hear what he was about to say after this.
Why didn't I think of this when I ran the RNC? Let's see. Black folks love sneakers, and we can paint them gold. This can't miss. Trust me, it's a big miss. And they ugly as hell. Angela Carasone watches a lot.
That was
There
a
you go.
cold switch. That was a motherfucking cold switch if I seen one.
Oh, shit.
Just look at the look of blackness. Look,
No,
is this nigga serious? This is if this nigga is serious as a person. This is what
He did not just fucking say that shit.
but
I come to the panel.
Well, he did not lie, not one bit.
Who?
The black guy or whatever he is, he did not lie one bit. The shoes is ugly, but they look like any other ugly shoes that's out there. But for the guy to say black people love tennis shoes, it reminds me of when Kamala came out there with those retros or whatever shoes she had on, and people like it was all over the blogs and situations. So they're taking those little moments and clips and things like that's just the dumbest thing in the world to think that it was a get like black people are buying your shoes because that's part of the culture. The shoe was not part of that. First of all, there's nothing about Trump shoes that was part of the culture. What culture are you speaking of? Look, it was never created by a black man for the culture of black people. Like white people want so badly for us to believe that things created by them can be for the culture of black people. No, that's the appropriation. And for the guy from Fox thinking the increase, no, because people were in shock. Everyone went to go see exactly what the hell was going on. It wasn't them going over there to go buy sneakers. It probably wasn't even that many black people who bought the sneakers. A lot of people probably bought the sneakers to resell them for a bigger profit later on once Trump officially or if he ever gets elected or whatever the case may be. So, but to think black people they care about a damn sneaker and that's your claim to fame. That's like homeboy said. He was running. He said if that was the case, then I would have used that. But that's not the case. Like it's like saying black people are so ignorant that they will fail to read, and all you got to do is put a little something in front of them, and they will miss everything else because they're so busy trying to catch the carrot on the bait, the dollar, and then there's a carrot right there, and it's just like you're pulling, and people just keep on tugging over the dollar, and they miss everything else that was around it. So that was like the dumbest thing that white dude could have said.
First of all, that motherfucker had a lot of nerve saying that shit. First of all, his motherfucking hairline looked like the Texas border, sitting there saying that stupid shit. Second of
Damn.
all, why in the fuck are you speaking on black people as if you know what the fuck we like and what we don't like politically? But like the thing is, they like doing that shit because they believe that they run the country. That's why they get to say, yeah, like he said that shit with his entire chest. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally said it with the confidence of the world, with the arrogance. And I'm sitting here, and then I'm like, you see, black
The
people,
caucasity. The word you're looking for is caucasity.
I mean, but like it goes deeper than caucasity. Like this is how they truly view black people. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like this is
That's
how
the
they
part.
actually fucking view black people. We're just a whole bunch of simpletons that drool when it comes to sneakers and strippers and fried chicken. That's how they fucking view us. So when it comes election time, they literally don't take you seriously. And they've done this election after election after election. When Bill Clinton got on that motherfucking TV, said this is for black people and played that motherfucking saxophone, that's what they think about you. When Joe Biden says if you don't vote for me, you're not black, that's what they think about you. When Trump was over there talking about, look at my African American over there, isn't he the greatest? Like he's a fucking child. This is what they fucking think about you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it gets to a point where it's just like, all right, bro, the ball is in our court now. We literally have to advocate for ourselves in a way that eclipses everybody else's because our issues are the most pressing and are the most important because they are literally they predate America as a country. Black people's problems in this landmass predate America, the country. So when it comes election time, it needs to be serious. Instead of sitting there talking about fucking Trump and his sneakers. Nigga, fuck you. Trump border ass.
So I'm like, at this point, we have to become numb to it. Because if we're still angry, we're still like, a lot of black people are still angry. I'm like, you got to be numb to it so now you can make rash decisions, not based off emotional angriness. Because a lot of times people get angry and all they want to do is, oh, let's go, riot, let's go, march and this and that. Ugh, we've done that. And they keep seeing us do that because they still think we're still angry. And we're doing that because we're angry. At this point, we're not angry no more. We're numb to it. And it's like, it's either we have to show you once more black people become the majority financial, once more black people are now in deeper portions of the office. Now I'm not saying we should definitely do like apartheid, how South Africa has done it, because I don't think white people are truly ready for that yet. Because if they let us get there, then they really about to see a different life. Nah, apartheid in South Africa is different.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm saying we don't need to go there.
But once they let enough black people start becoming numb to it, we already getting educated. And once more of us continue to keep getting educated, we're already having more black billionaires, millionaires. So we're slowly taking over. And the moment we start having more black people in Congress, and not just black divided, I mean black unit that's united. Because right now we're still black and divided. And that's one of our biggest problems is the fact that we are black and divided.
That's a bar right there. Right, there you go.
Yeah, but the real solution for that is to ensure that we have a solid economic base, and you can only do that when the culture aligns with the intent.
That's true. Because
You know what I'm saying?
because a lot of black people who is divided, they don't see too much black options. So they assume that, oh, they only have white options to pick from. So they tend to like, oh, let me go hang out over here. Let me go do this. Let me do that. But when more black people is the majority, I bet you there has to be corrected real quick.
Yeah, it's out of like, would you rather be out working the field? Would you rather be in the house? Either way, you're still a slave. That's
Exactly.
that's how they feel. There was another thing I wanted to show y'all too. While we're on the political side, before we move on to the next topic, I just wanted to play this
I
again.
thought there was, I guess Charlemagne gave him Donkey of the Day or something. I know Charlemagne.
It's probably because of this is what I'm showing you right now. So hold on, let me just set it up.
I got indicted a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time.
Oh my Lord, I
A
don't know.
lot of people said that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. The mugshot, we've all seen the mugshot. And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot.
And Jake asked James Clyburn about that.
Motherfucker,
Also,
we were celebrating you possibly getting locked up. The fuck?
He's going to jail. Yeah, all the jail. I don't think that nigga going to jail.
Well, you know what I'm kind of confused about is what happened to Candace Owen. I know they're not friends right now, but clearly he has
She alright.
he has no black perspective in his camp right now to let him know he sounds ridiculous.
Well, Candace Owens wouldn't be the black representative that I would, or the black perspective that I would give
Well,
Trump anyway,
yeah,
especially the way she kind of like drags the black community.
yeah,
I
but
would.
she still would have told him going on the air or going whatever to say those would not be in his favor.
I think she
Regardless
would
of-
have agreed. If
Yeah, no,
I think she
I,
would have agreed. She
even
would be
though we
like,
may want to hate Candace Owen, but I don't think she would have been the one to say going on there and say, "Well, black people love me because of my mugshot." Would have been the way for him to get more black votes. I don't think Candace would have gave him those advice. She probably would have gave him some advice, but it would have definitely not been to say black people like him because we all criminals together. Because the only thing black people can be is criminals. That's literally what he said without saying it.
mm, I don't. I'm gonna be real with you. I have never met a man that says so much stupid things, and people let him slide. Like I've never met someone that says a lot of things that normal people would get canceled over, and yet this man was allowed to be a president. And the fact that he's still saying stuff, and he's obviously the favorite to be the what's the term? The representation to become president.
Nominee.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
Well,
Republican
he's
nominee to become
winning right
president.
now.
That that baffles me, and
Well,
not
you don't have no competition.
and that's the weird part. The first thing I said this 4 years ago. You telling me you don't have no one better than Trump to run against?
Well, it's not that we don't have no one better than Trump to run against. It's no one that is better than him is willing to run.
Like who? Who do you think? Who do you think is better than Trump? That's not willing to run.
Everybody in
Oprah.
America. Oh hell no! I
He
refuse.
said Oprah,
Hell to the hell to the non. That is
The
like
Rock,
I might as well put all black people in prison if I gave over some damn control like that. Hell,
Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
hell no.
Because you know
Well,
he's running as a fucking Republican.
Kanye West, Kanye Westerson.
no.
So, but okay,
I don't know. I don't know who has let's see, business sense. Who?
I would say that Indian guy, that Vivek Ramesh. I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of his name.
Yo,
And
Ray.
Ramesh Sniggity, whatever.
Yo, you fucked up for that.
To be honest, I feel like even though we want to say, I don't think a political person should be running for president. I feel like a business person should be president, and a political person should be VP.
They tried that as well with Mitt Romney, and Mitt Romney obviously uh lost to Obama, so
Nigga, Mitt Romney got clapped. It wasn't even close.
he got clapped by him because he was a person that was in business.
He was
Yes, he was.
business.
And but he also went into bankrupt. But the thing is, Trump Trump is more of a entertainment guy. Yes, he's a billionaire, but he's more or less an entertainment. He's not
Yeah,
That
even
nigga was in TV
he
before I
runs.
knew he was a businessman.
yeah.
Yeah, but Trump
and,
runs businesses like in real life, like.
and went bankrupt multiple times.
But it's not enough to. Well, these celebrities, they go bankrupt to stop from paying somebody.
Yeah, I know. That's what he's saying.
But
And he
even for him to
obviously
have gone
admits that.
bankrupt, he still was 10 times over millions.
Yeah, but here's the thing, material, because I see what you're saying, but you also have to consider the fact that America, as it stands right now, is broke as fuck too. That's why we keep printing money, and that's why the deficit keeps going up every year.
Well, because we ain't got nobody that's willing to because we've been doing politicians for the longest. Clearly, it's not working. These esteemed lawyers clearly not working. So do I think Trump is the best option? I think once you look at his age, you're like, bro, you're not that far from Biden. Like,
But here's my problem is that most of those people that was running for president, they prepare their whole lives to do that. How do you prepare your whole life to do that and fail? And this nigga just said, "I'm going to run for president," and just fucking gets it. That's the problem I have. It's
the
like
thing is,
no, because politics is your job. That's your job.
but,
Politics is not Trump's job.
yeah, but the thing is,
How does someone that outperforms you and that's your job?
you gotta remember the difference between someone you've watched. If you watch this person for 10, 20, 30 years doing exactly what they prepared themselves. So you've seen their blueprint. You know everything that they do. You know what they don't do. You know how shitty they have been. Right? Only thing people seen of Trump was that he owns businesses. That he owned the Miss America. He's this, he's that. So they don't know anything about his what he does other than he runs businesses. So they don't have anything, but you can look at another politician like, oh, this guy has locked up 30 people, and the black people are like, oh damn, he's locked up half of Black America. Why would I want him to be out here running the country? I'm gonna get locked up too. So you can see all their faults.
I disagree with that because Trump has been in the TV since the late 80s. Like he's on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's in a Bobby Brown video for Ghostbusters 2. Like Trump is not like Trump has also, you can also look at a lot of Trump's things that he has done. It's like, if anything, you can look up Trump's records easier than some of the politicians' records. And like also,
but you're talking about things like you're talking about these people are now having to say, okay, this person has set laws. So they know this person has set laws. These people don't know what they only see the basics. These people have things, agendas. You're talking about people who have wishes, plans, or whatever. If they know for a fact you shut down, let's say if people all love to have financial help or whatever from the government, and they've known for most of your career you've been working on shutting all the financial. financial help, financial help, financial help, sending people to prison, sending people to prison. They have all these things on you. So a lot of people be like, I don't want that type of person. Well, they look like, oh, okay. They look at Trump and be like, it's not that. He's not that bad because they don't see until they got to text him and they realize, and this is a different type of nigga. And
Okay.
they was like, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Okay. You talking to the person that said you talk about grabbing by the pussy when it came to when what is it, the Central Park Five? When it came to the Central Park Five, he put out a whole article talking about those sons of bitches need to be in jail for the rest of their life, or
Mhm.
he's like they should be killed. Like I said, he has started many businesses and bankrupted them. He's like obvious and he's like I said, he got a rap sheet as long as anyone else that shows you that this man is probably not capable to be a president. Not to mention the shit he done said about Rosie O'Donnell and the shit that he says about other people, the fucking Miss USA's and all the other stuff. It's just like he's someone that's really not suitable to be president either. Or like if you look at his rap sheet, you'd be like, how the fuck did this? Who the fuck is letting this man become president? Instead of someone that's your job is total politics. The fact that you've been in the White House, you've been in a place where you're making laws, so you have firsthand knowledge of how things work. Instead of someone that he's just basically looking at it from the outside in.
So the Central Park Five, most people would have probably said, "Oh, he's being emotional because situation happened in New York." So a lot of people, if they had the money, they would have sent out an article stating these kids should be locked up for whatever they did to this little girl. So people was like, "Oh, okay, they understand his point about that." Versus someone who's in politics who spent their whole life in politics and they have set laws to lock up abundance of people for smaller things, or let's say whatever. People
Yeah,
are gonna. You see, that's there's two. Oh, someone being emotional versus if he had went created laws, created a bunch of laws in regards to like locking up people, this and that. People didn't know exactly to his extent until he got into office. People may speak on, how celebrity acts. That's just how celebrity acts. This and that. But you don't really know how they thought frame until they get to office and you realize, oh shit, who the hell is this person?
material life, and that's the case. Kamala Harris wouldn't have been vice. Kamala Harris wouldn't
He
be.
shouldn't have. Biden shouldn't have been the president.
But they are, aren't they? So what is that? So what is all that?
Exactly. He should have never been. She should have never been VP. And the reason why she became VP is what for black votes, right? That's the reason why Biden became president because black people, uh, Hispanic people, was over and done with Trump because of all in Africa, all the negative things that he had said during his tour, and so they all voted against Biden because, and now we're stuck with Biden and Kamala. She's VP because they said Biden wouldn't get the votes if he didn't have a black person with him. That's what the rumor mill was going around saying Biden wouldn't be able to get the vote, so he had to get Kamala.
Only reason I disagree with that because the Democrats, especially black Democrats, women vote 90% for Democrats. About men, they vote about 80 something percent. So they're going to get the black vote. They're going to get the Democratic vote regardless, which is why a lot of people having problems with black people just voting for Democrats. Black people going to vote.
Kamala isn't even close to
Yo,
winning
no. Black people
as
vote
president.
Democrat. Black people vote Democrat regardless of who the fuck would have been in there. Trump was already
Kamala wasn't even close to become president.
who?
Not even by a half a centimeter. She was nowhere close to
Who?
becoming Kamala when she was against Biden. What's his name? The guy with the S. Uh, the one that Biden was running up against.
Bernie Sanders?
Yes. She was up during the Democratic run. Kamala was running for president too. She was not even close. And the only reason why Biden won is because Bernie Sanders pulled out.
Well, that and like the Democrats don't like Bernie Sanders. The people like Bernie Sanders, but the Democrats don't like Bernie Sanders because he's more or less of a socialist than like
Well, word on the street was, was Bernie Sanders got a call from Obama asking him to pull out so that Biden could be in it.
either way,
Black
we
people, yeah, we was rooting for Biden. It was the big meme, but let's be honest, he didn't do nothing during his VP run. I think Michelle Obama did better than him during the Obama tour.
I mean, no one really expect the vice president to do much anyway. So
Then why are we expecting so much from Kamala?
I don't expect shit from Kamala. I didn't expect shit from Mike Pence. I didn't expect shit from Biden when he was president. I didn't expect shit from Al Gore when he was president either. I never expect shit from the vice president. I don't even know what the hell the vice president does except he to stand there and accept it when the president gets shot. So I think he's right.
Right. That's what I was about to say. The vice president is the backup plan in case something happens to the president.
Yo,
Yeah.
so let me ask y'all a question. So let me ask y'all, can you remember anything specific that a vice president has done in the last like 5 presidencies?
No.
Just off the top of your head.
Has to be was at everyone, not every one of those. What is it called? Those votes for secretary or not secretaries, Congress. I think it was, and he also was in charge of the border patrol control.
Mike built that fence Pence.
Mike the electric fence Pence.
Well, the thing is, the reason why we because the thing is, Trump made sure Pence was working. The one thing Trump was always doing was making sure the world knew however he felt. Like he didn't have to do in house. He would go on meetings. He would go on social media. He would go on. He didn't know how to be quiet, not one bit. Now Biden, we didn't know what he was doing because Biden. I don't. To be honest, I didn't know what Obama used to have him go work on. But Michelle Obama, she was not silent. She worked extremely hard during her 8 years in making sure obesity was a thing of the
She called everybody fat for 8 years. She's like, y'all get your fat ass up. We'll work out. Eat these vegetables.
Well, I think people probably would have been bigger.
No. I'm not against that. I think what Michelle Obama did was wonderful, but I just said that in a very funny way.
Yes, and she had Beyonce on her team. She had that initiative. She also did the 9/11 thing. Now, Biden, I couldn't understand. I was like, I don't understand. We ain't seen nothing out of him. 8 years.
There was memes. Like there was
Yeah,
memes.
he was definitely a meme. A million memes over. And I was just like, but now as president, y'all just call him. People say he don't fell asleep. The man can't stand up. He don't know how to walk. The man be lost and confused. I'm just like, wow. Well, at least he didn't get a noose around his neck like Obama, right? Obama worked his ass off. Now it was kind of, hard for him to do much. I guess because he was black. So
Oh, that man was scrutinized every chance he got. From the rooter to the tutor. Obama had Fox, like that's why I think Fox News miss Obama because he did something that Obama couldn't sneeze without fucking headlines of whatever the fuck was happening with Obama. But Obama made fast food money. I don't care what anybody said.
The hate man, he was doing something right.
Do we have any good options? No. There's no good options running for president.
And that was another problem I had. That was also another problem. It's like, damn. So we ain't gonna find no one better than Trump. It's just from that standpoint alone. It's just like we couldn't find no one better than Trump. That was
There's
another
people that's better than him. The problem is they're not running. A lot of them don't want to get into politics.
like
A lot of them have some skeletons they ain't ready to send up in the air. Because once you put your name on that ballot form, that's it. If the skeletons is in existence, they will be found.
Any last words before we move on to our next topic? Okay, all right, that's it. On to our last topic. I don't know if Father just left or just left, but this one it involves Dr. Umar Johnson. So I don't know if y'all noticed, Nick Cannon got another damn podcast or a show on YouTube called Council Culture, and it's fairly new. But one of the people he had on there was the beloved Dr. Umar Johnson, and Dr. Umar Johnson said this about video games and black kids. He was stated that black parents gifting their kids more games than books are setting them up for prison. So I was just going to play this, and I wanted your thoughts on this.
Because if he's in fifth grade, reading on a second, and you just play a video game, an HDTV, a tablet, and a phone, what's the chances he's going to be doing any more work to improve his reading skills? He's not. You just invested in his distraction. You just invested in his future master information. You see that?
Yeah.
So we have to look at how the black home intentionally and the white-dominated public school are working together to disadvantage generations of black males. When I speak in the prisons, Nick, even across the world, because you have special ed in other places,
absolutely,
they just call it something else. And I always ask the inmates, raise your hand.
Oh shit, I didn't know Nick Cannon.
So that's basically it. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
What Nick Cannon got going on with him? What network is this under?
That was on YouTube. It's called Council Culture.
Culture?
That was the show he called. It's called Council Culture. That was Nick Cannon got. I just explained that at the beginning, B.
No, is it cancel culture or council?
Council.
Okay, so he about to be bringing a bunch of doctors and stuff.
He had one with some white woman, one with Iyanla Vanzant, and actually two of them were with Iyanla Vanzant, and this one Umar. Father, did you see that video that I showed about Umar? Because we talked about Umar.
So he's seeking life therapy right now. So he's bringing in doctors that give self-help so he can try and get some help.
You just for what I've seen
of bringing them on the show.
For what I'm saying, he's just having conversations. So that's all I'm saying. So
that's crazy to me. The same man who was almost canceled for speaking on Jews is now bringing Dr. Umar on his podcast or what is it? Whatever it is.
I feel like you got more problem with Nick Cannon than what Umar said.
No, because the thing is, what is his reason for bringing Dr. Umar on there?
For mostly just to talk about black boys and the what young black boys are really going through and all that. Because Umar is real big on young black boys and the culture that they're growing up in.
The thing is, I think a lot of people uses Dr. Umar like for with that validation. I'm not saying that Nick Cannon is not doing that or whatever the case may be, but it's like, why do you have him on there? This is your second TV show. The first one, I don't know what happened or why it got canceled, why it didn't work out for you, and now you have this one right here, and we all know Dr. Umar is definitely a content creator. Um, put him on there, it's definitely gonna give you the views. So, is it genuine? Does he really care? Or if he's doing this just so he can at least stay afloat for a couple seasons.
So you don't think what Nick Cannon is doing is genuine?
No.
That's sad.
Why is it sad?
I just, I was like, because that wasn't even the topic wasn't even on Nick Cannon. I was talking about Umar. It was just like, but I mean, if you don't like, I don't know. As far as Nick Cannon thing, it's like somebody's talking about it.
But Dr. Umar has been on. He's been on the Breakfast Club. He's been on different other podcasts. But the thing is, like, that's what I'm saying. Nick Cannon, the same person who has spoke on you, apologized about speaking on them, and then to bring Dr. Umar on your set, not his first, show where he was, but this is the second one on I don't know what website, on what channel or whatever situation it's on.
He has his own YouTube channel.
Okay, on his YouTube channel. Like, is it genuine? Because you could have had him on your talk show when you was doing the talk show.
I mean,
Or is it just for YouTube views? Because we all know Dr. Umar definitely gives the views. It's not a question. That's why he goes on so many different shows like the Breakfast Club, where they have different topics. He gets on other people's podcasts and stuff. So it's like, are you just doing it to try and stay afloat, to get the views so people can come to you and stuff like that? But are you being genuine about it? Because a lot of these celebrities, like the whole Taraji thing, she tried and told us she was doing it for the junior kids that come behind her, but then she did an apology to Monique. I mean, not to Monique, to Oprah, stating that, it wasn't okay.
Has Dion visited the ancestors?
Okay, that was Dion. Okay.
Say what?
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
It was like, I understand, it's not a problem Black people using Black people, because at the end of the day, but it's just like, please be genuine about it. Like, it's exhausting now at this point.
What is it about Nick Cannon that's not genuine about it, though?
Like I said, Cannon is the same guy who had made that post in regards to Jewish people, right? and then turned around and apologized about this whole situation and said that he wasn't educated enough to speak on it. And so he apologized to the Jewish community for speaking on it. And then you had a TV after your show got canceled. Then you had a talk show where you interviewed people, you talked to people, you had the show that was on television. Not once did you choose to invite Dr. Umar, but then you do your podcast and you bring Dr. Umar on there. Because Dr. Umar, regardless of what, it's not like he hasn't been on television, but he does bring views. So the thing is if it's genuine, then that's one thing. But if you're doing it just for views and just for like this and just to be baiting more black people or pretending like, because we already went through that with Taraji, claiming that she was doing this for the black girls that come after her. If she doesn't do that and she just continues to take these wages, then turn around and apologize to Oprah. So the baiting of black people, after a while, it eventually starts to get exhausting, even if it's coming from other black people.
That's I'm not sold. I'm sorry, I'm not sold. I'm not. I'm not sold. I'm not sold. I mean, for one, I watched that whole the most all they was talking about was black boys and how he could further help black boys in the future. So that was like their whole conversation throughout that whole show. Just like he has with Iyanla Van Zant, and he was talking about he had another radio topic with Iyanla Van Zant, but also you know it's a platform. It's just like as long as it's like genuine or not, if you got something to talk about, someone is going to look at it. But if as long as you can make whatever you can out of it and get whatever you need out of it, you might as well do it.
I guess we just keep collecting scraps, huh? Let's just keep collecting them.
Scraps from what?
Well, that's what you just said. Well, as long as you can get whatever you can out of it, just be happy about it, right?
I'm not telling you to. I'm not telling you to collect scraps from that though. I'm telling you to get your message. It's for Omar to get his message out.
He has gotten his message out.
Okay, so whatever Nick Cannon's audience and whoever's in there, Umar can get from out of there to help him further his cause, just so they can get their own. Because Umar is about building his own. So whatever he can, if he can get a little bit from here to get closer to wherever he gets to his goals, then you might as well do that. It's the same thing with Ice Cube and the contract with Black America. A lot of people was just like, why would you go with Donald Trump? It was just like, well, he's in the office for that moment. You might as well try to get something out of it instead of like us twiddling our thumbs and getting nothing.
To this day, I still don't understand how people did not fucking see that. It baffles me.
The point is that whether you think Nick Cannon is genuine or not, that's on whatever you feel about Nick Cannon. But that was about Umar and what his cause was. So as Umar, his cause was trying to bring people to more or less to his collective. Now, if you're going to do that on there, you can do that on there. It's the same reason why you see sometimes people go to places that that's not even their targeted audience. Like I've seen other people do. Just like Tariq Nasheed used to be on Fox News, and obviously Tariq Nasheed is not a Fox News guy, but he takes what he gets his target audience to get what he needs to do, which is like when he built the museum that he said he was going to build. But it's not. But it's not
Wait,
even
so
about
what's
Nick
the
Cannon.
topic? So the topic is about Nick Cannon and Umar? Because I
Yeah.
haven't seen that yet.
Did you see the video? You want me to play
I
the
did
video
not see
again?
the video. No.
Okay, because the topic was because Umar said that gifting black kids games more than books or setting them up for prison.
Yeah,
That's what the
and
topic.
you know, I love Uncle Umar. That's Uncle Umar, but I might have to disagree on that one. And here's why. So, video games are just like books in the sense that people like that's a hobby that they indulge in. Like, that is something that people are particularly passionate about. That passion can be, you know, that passion can be turned into a focus for what you want out of life. For example, it doesn't have to take over the child's life as long as you have healthy boundaries around the thing that they are passionate about. If you want to educate somebody, you provide the environment for them to be educated so that when the focus goes on to whatever it is that they need to learn, you know, they're not distracted because they have the discipline, because you are the example of that, right? In the environment, in that place of learning. So the way I look at it is like, if a in the same way, like, you have children, or you could have a child that is addicted to books, like all that motherfuckers do is read, it's going to be considered a good thing. It's going to have like a good stigma around it because it's books. But let's say he's on a job but he can't stop reading the book, he will not put the motherfucking book down in the same way that a child might not be able to put the game down. Then what? Then it becomes a hindrance, right? So it doesn't really matter what it is. As long as you provide the space for a child to understand what it is to be disciplined about their education, and you providing the example for that, that should be the motherfucking case at the end of the day. But if the video game, if you see that the child is like addicted to a video game, or like addicted to, you know, just on the social media, on the phone all day, there's a reason for that. Instead of trying to blame the very thing, because everybody uses it, everybody uses social media, everybody plays video games, like, how about you focus your attention on that child as to why that child is addicted to that particular thing, instead of blaming the thing in itself. And also, don't fucking come for my video games. What the hell?
Okay. I'm trying to look for that quote.
He has spoken on the video game thing not once, a million times over. And Dr. Umar is definitely a therapist. Like, he's educated in that sense. I understand where he's coming from. I guess because he's now teaching kids in school, like he has the school and everything. So he's seeing the attention span of kids. It's just lessening and lessening. He might not understand the whole concept of which we see these streamers now making crazy money. Which gamers, a lot of gamers are professional gamers and they've been making a crazy amount of money. But now we're seeing more gamers that are more relatable, making crazy money. It's like, oh, okay. Like, kids should still be able to read books. But if they want to play video games, I feel like that's not going to hinder them from being educated because they read in books, because they're playing games. It's a balance. Now, instead of speaking on these parents, he should probably be speaking more towards these teachers.
Okay. As I quote Einstein, everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. I Now I also disagree with Dr. Umar because one, there is just like that one white guy was trying to say video games incite violence to get people turned into murderers. It's like there's no factual evidence to back that up. So, and I understand he was trying, like, Umar's thing is, trying to get more boys to like get educated, but it's like playing video games is not going to put you in the prison. If anything, it might help them get out of prison. As a, or stay out of prison. Excuse me. It might help them stay out of prison. Um, Another thing is like I think Father done said this. There are games that have history in there that does involve a lot of reading. It's like Karate Kid. It's like the movie Karate Kid, where he thought he was going to do karate, but he was just doing regular labor. And then when he realized that regular labor was actually helping him practice his karate, then he realized that what he was doing. It's the same thing with video games. If you don't think that people, because a lot of people, especially a lot of older people, feel like if you're playing video games, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Now, for one, obviously, now we live in an age where people can make money off of streaming and playing video games now. But also, if you ever play some of these games like Minecraft, there are especially kids. I have seen people build universes or like just build a lot of creative things just out of Minecraft itself. Like if you ever just go like to some Minecraft art and the things that they made just out of little pieces, that shit is creative as fuck. And you gotta have a creative imaginations for you to even do that. Video games allow you to do that. If you wondering about math, nobody anybody that's played 2K and then like argued about their shooting percentages, they know math. Trust me when I say this. As a person that played 2K and I've gotten an argument with the most hoodest of niggas, and like they tell you like they shot 5 for 11, like they understand probabilities. Like if someone tell you like I shot 4 for 8, they know that you shot 50% from the field. Or like if you shot 6 for 10, I shot 60% from the field. That's probabilities. That is numbers. That's just math. You learn that in 2K. You learn it. Sometimes you learn things without even learning it. You got games like Assassin's Creed that has actual like history being taught to you in a so-so way. But even if you want to know more about the lore, you got to read up on that. And most people that's really into the lore, they got to look stuff up or they read up on that. Especially like I know I had Assassin's Creed 2, and you learned about Leonardo da Vinci. There's an actual bio in that game that shows you who Leonardo da Vinci actually was. So yes, you can learn things from video games too. That's what people call medicine in the candy. And let's go to fighting games. Do you like if I told a regular person what like in order to do a Hadouken, you got to input quarter circle forward and a punch button. Most people don't even know what a quarter circle forward is or what a quarter circle is. It's like, but if you like draw a circle and you make a quarter of a circle, people will understand it now. But like I said, you're learning things without actually learning, especially with games like Marvel where people have these long combos. That's memorization and repetitiveness, especially for people that practice. Like if you understand, like high level, if you ever watch high level video game play, like high level Street Fighter, like to the highest of levels, like people, you got to understand frame data, like spacing, and all the other stuff, which is a lot of math and there's a lot of psychology and a lot of same thing, like the same type of mindset you would get like in the sports or like in a chess game. Like you got to understand how your person, your person fucking reacts, and compared to like what the opposition of what they react. Like you got to understand the weight, the mechanics, and all that other stuff. That is not simple or mind or brainless. That is something like you really got to delve into. That's something that people really got to understand. That um, like it takes a lot of brain power to do that. But the more of the story is, it's like you're learning more. If anything, you can learn more if you put stuff in there. I feel like as far as the education system goes, it's been dated. I've done said this before. It's been dated. It's very uninteresting, and like it just pushes people along. It's just like you don't most of the time, unless you are really interested in it, nothing really sticks in your fucking head. Like there's a reason why most people learn more outside of school than they did in school, especially if to the things they're interested about. So like if anything, if we're going to talk about the education of some of these boys, it's just like you got to make it interesting for them. That's the to me, I think that's the problem why most people drop out because this is boring to them. It's not interesting. It's stupid. What are they going to learn? And like, what is this going to use in real life? Like, what is most of the stuff they're going to use in real life unless they're in that field? And half the time they're not in that field. So, you know, that's so as far as like Umar, like I said, I love Umar too, but it's just like, and I understand his heart is in the right place, but sometimes like he just says some shit that it just makes me go, just like look at him, like at least side at him. But that's just, I feel like that's just the old head Umar. But that's my opinion on that. Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Hey, sometimes it's good to disagree because if you can come to a common ground, that means you gain something from that disagreement. So,
I don't think anyone disagrees. We just understand where I think we all come to understand Dr. Umar is what, 50 years old?
He's nearing.
So he won't understand what the 10, 12, 13, 16-year-olds, the way that they learned back then is just not going to cut it.
Shoot, my father though, my father has a thing. It's the same way. I think all old heads feel that way about video games. But I just look at it as they never grew up with it. Yeah, you had your Pac-Man, but like
Nigga, that shit was in our house.
yeah, that shit was that like they had to go to the arcade for most of this shit. This shit was in the house. We grew up with it. It's like these and these are not like toys. I think a lot of older generation look at video games are like toys. These are not toys. These are like
gaming is expensive. Okay, this is an expensive hobby.
Yeah, but also a lot of people build friendships through gaming.
Yeah.
And they won't understand it the same way. By the time we hit their age and the kids who are now probably looking like they're going to have the virtual VR headsets and everything else, and they're going to conversate with each other through like ways that we just couldn't even fathom at the time. Because I don't think most parents at the age could even fathom that a kid could be making a lot of money from being a gamer. So they probably look at it still as if like, well, you need to get you a regular job, like a real job, like become a doctor or this or that, a lawyer or this or that. And so to them, it's like sitting playing video games. You're not going to be able, you need to be reading about 30, 40 books. I read 30, 40 books. It's like, okay, time is different. Like, y'all barely had computers back then. Now every school has computers. Kids are given tablet in schools to learn. Teachers are just there to guide them or help them through, but most kids are being self-taught through tablets. A kids at Dr. Umar couldn't even fathom being self-taught or having to read something, like having to read everything through a tablet and a teacher just being there as like just there for existence purpose. So I don't think he still understands the concept in regards to how schools was during his era, but he's been out the loop for a long time.
I think that's the reason why Tariq Nasheed made him colors in video form because he knew he could probably reach more people with video form than he can through books. I can read. Obviously, I was like I can read very well.
The
But I
conversation,
huh?
the conversation that is happening right now on social media is that the kids don't know how to read at their grade level. Most about 60 to 70% of teachers are complaining that kids cannot read at their grade level.
Yeah, I seen videos about that.
hmm
I,
So I guess he's trying to push on the fight, but that's why I said it's not about the video games. They should be asking these teachers, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, why is I remember going to high school. You didn't on Wednesdays you might have had all the classes, but Monday, like normal, you would have 3 classes in the 6 class period. Why is y'all not giving kids and teachers enough time to teach kids if they doing all 6 classes in high school, in middle school? I understand elementary school, but if you have all 6 classes and the kids are with the teachers for 8 hours, that's including lunch and everything within those 8 hours. What is they learning within an hour span from
uh,
any teacher?
they learn Pound Town.
Okay, so the problem isn't the students, this and that. Is teachers probably need to be arguing to their school boards why they ain't got enough time to be teaching these kids. Because 45 minutes is literally a TV episode. So it's not the video games. If the kids are spending 8 hours with you and they ain't learned nothing when they left you, and they come home and play video games, that's a problem between you and your teaching.
I just don't think. I just think that the way that but I've been saying this since I was in school. It's like the way they the way they teach people is very dated. It's more or less it's a very factory issue. Like it's just like here it is, learn it, and then move on. And then it's just like you don't really get time to really sink into it. You don't really get time to like delve into it. How does it make you feel? Or even with reading, it's just like um, I passed all my spelling bee classes, but I would just remember it's just like um, in class, like they'll teach it to you, and then like they'll just go on with another subject, and then like they'll just say just do it for homework. It's just like most, and I'm like most people. If you was anything like me, I know, and this I'm like this is just me. I never did homework. It's like, why am I bringing? What the fuck am I bringing work home for? I'm supposed to learn this shit in school, but, but that was just me. It's like something.
I
Yeah,
feel like schools don't give homework. It's baffling to me to see that schools are not giving homework. That's just it blows my mind. Like it's like y'all not teaching, and y'all also not. Then y'all say y'all not giving homework because it's like so stressful on the kid, and they go home to do the homework. So that's why y'all not giving homework. But I'm just like the kids ain't learning at school. They're not learning that. They're not taking homework on to verify that they learn what they learn. Because clearly, I don't want people to know y'all ain't teaching them nothing. Okay.
yeah, all I know is it's a problem, and it needs to be solved. Because like I read, I mean, shit. It's a damn shame that yeah, some of these people they're not reading on their grade level. It was like how it's just like how it's like, but are you making them read? It's just like, or do you like? Can you even tell if your kid is dyslexic or not? Or
Yeah.
it's just. But I think, but like I said, most people don't care. It's just like they'll just push them along until they fucking graduate. I had the same problem with because my little brother's mildly autistic, but the shit and the stuff they was giving him because he was in the special ed classes, and the stuff they was giving him is like the same shit you give to a toddler. And my little brother, he was passing him with flying colors, and he was getting good grades. So it's just like, why don't they challenge them? But it was just, and my father was just like, I asked him that, but it's just like they just didn't want to go. They didn't want to do that or some shit like that. So I was just like, so we're just passing him along until he's fucking, uh, until he's waiting to graduate or some shit like that. It's just like, what is he learning?
Exactly.
So it's just like, and then also like the teachers got to care too. Some some teachers, you can tell who's there for a paycheck and who's not. So that's another thing. It's like,
And we had a bunch of teachers who was there for a paycheck.
oh yeah,
It wasn't like we didn't have teachers who was. You knew they was there for a paycheck, and they wasn't shy about letting you know they was there for a paycheck. Regardless if you showed up or not, they was still gonna get paid. Regardless if you learned or not, they still was gonna get paid. But now the problem is that regardless if you show up or not, they still gonna get paid. Now is you giving them 45 minutes to do absolutely nothing, baffling to me.
okay. Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts? Yep, that settles it. Okay, on to our final thoughts. Dr. Last call. Dr. going once. Dr. going twice. Dr. is gone. Material life is on you.
Um, so I don't really have any final thoughts, to be honest.
Okay. Father, it is on you.
I'll my final thoughts. You trying to run some more sets?
Yeah, you can run some more sets.
All right, that's my final thought.
Okay. My final thoughts. Last week we had that talk about pressures of being a black man, and one of the comments, and this was towards B, actually, that it said, "Why would y'all include a woman in this type of conversation?" It was about we was talking about the Desi Banks thing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
why would y'all include a woman in this kind of conversation? She transitioned right to taking the girl side. Like, why would y'all do that?
So
Would you like to say something before I get my answer?
It's not. I wasn't taking the girl side. I was just stating the obvious. We only got one side of the story. But it's understandable for men to feel like I took the woman's side because I didn't agree to just accepting that Desi's side was the only side that existed. So it's understandable. He's still emotionally hurt and damaged. So it's okay. I understand. Once the guy becomes less emotionally damaged, then he'll understand that it's not just one side. There's two sides. We don't know the girl's side. We don't know exactly her hurt or how she feel or reason. So I just said I can't just accept his one side as being the only side that exists. I don't know why she let him go, but regardless of what, the moment she let him go, he was able to be his best self. So she was an anchor holding him down. But it's okay because he probably, you know, is he's probably living with some female right now. Um, trying to live his dream, and he feels like because I didn't choose or accept that however much period that they was together and she wasn't, holding him down no more. I didn't agree to that. So he might feel like I felt like, oh, I'm taking the woman's side, but it's okay. Once you emotionally wake up, then you'll realize I wasn't taking the woman's side. I was just being honest. There's two sides to it, and regardless of what Desi wants to put out, I didn't see Homegirl was sitting over there to also give her side when he was putting it out.
Okay, Father, you sound like you was about to say something. Was you gonna say something?
Nah, I was just, I was just co-signing Material Life because if you watch that very same video, all of us agreed. There is two sides to every story. Hell, I said that. I'm like, bruh, y'all not about to jump on that girl like you knew what was going on in that situation. It's a situation. It happened. It's over. He's a millionaire now. Like,
He's
yeah,
doing way better without her. Like she was an anchor. You mad because I'm like, well, he should be happy she let his ass go. Because clearly she was holding him hostage. He couldn't live his best self because the homegirl was holding him hostage. But homeboy won't see that. He won't see that the girl was probably the problem. Uh, she needed to let him soar. She needed to send him out to the wild so he can be his best self. But you just seeing, oh, okay, well, she's holding me down. She's supporting me. Some people probably have somebody holding them down and they think they're supporting them. To be honest, they're anchoring them to the damn underwater to sink.
Okay.
And there's a lot of females that's sinking these men, and there's a lot of men sinking females. But he mad about the fact that in his mind, I took the woman's side. And clearly, he didn't read. He didn't look at any. He didn't read none of the topic. He didn't read nothing I said. He didn't listen to anything I said because if he thinks I took the woman's side, it's crazy.
like I said, he sound hurt.
Very hurt.
Also, why would y'all include a woman in this type of conversation? Because I can. Just point blank simple. Because I can. I don't want a fucking I don't want a fucking echo chamber. The last thing I really need is the fucking echo chamber because in the echo chamber, nothing gets done. Nobody, like, we just have one side and that's it. I like having a forum where everybody has different views, different thoughts, different types of opinions. So where we can come together and we can actually figure some shit out and then we can move on with the future just to be better. I don't do this to fucking start no drama. I do this because I would like open dialogue. Whether she agreed or disagree is not the matter of the fact of anything. It's the fact that she can do that. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. It's her fucking opinion. And I will let her have her opinion on my fucking platform in the forum because that's why I fucking made this shit. That's why it says, you know what? Let me just say. So she's gonna say that. I'm gonna let her. You ain't gotta worry about you. So this be with that bullshit. Also, like like I said, I keep myself around people that I make sure like they keep me in check. Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I can have an ego sometimes, and sometimes it needs to be put in check. I don't do it all the fucking time, but I know when I was younger, I had a big ass fucking ego. But and then sometimes I'm not right about everything. So therefore, I like getting a second opinion about things because I can maybe like someone else's views, and I can look at it and go, never thought of it that way. Because then let's be real, we're not right about every fucking thing. So sometimes it's good to hear not just from a woman, but anybody with a different opinion, just so you can compare yours, and then we can come up with a better solution. It just doesn't have to be one way. So yes, I'm going to keep having her on as long as she wants to be on. We keep having her on. So there you go.
Why didn't he give us his opinion in the damn comment section?
Who knows?
Instead of asking me why was I on there, why didn't he give his opinion as a man?
Who knows? I don't know. Some people just, I don't know. Some people just like watching those channels where like the men just bash women and like those. Yeah,
He wanted us to cook that woman.
yeah. Put that woman on point. God.
I guess that's that hurt mentality.
That's what, yeah. That's that toxic part. That shit that I never really fucking sided with in the first place.
But he should have gave us his opinion about the whole situation. Like, tell us what you thought. Don't just ask why was I on there. Explain to us why did you think this way? Why did you agree to the reason why you thought like don't just be out here just why is a woman on there about this situation? Well, why did Desi bring up the situation? He could have kept that one in his grave pocket. Because he's doing better than the girl he left. So but like explain to us why did you feel this way? Like don't just be putting out blank statements and don't and like not giving any input to the conversation that was had.
And there you have it. I would like to thank the panel for jumping on as usual. I would like to thank everybody for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What? Let me just say podcast, and we are signing out. Peace.
Bye.